Hi, welcome back to Stitching Deb. I'm just dropping in for a few minutes to give you an update. I've been really busy sewing a lot. I have been sewing a lot. I'm trying to finish a novel that I'm reading. When I get it done, which I'm very close to having it done, when I do get it done, I will definitely mention the name of the book and the author. It's amazing. I'm enjoying it so much, and it's scary. So yeah, one of those. But anyway, I've been crocheting. I will show crochet projects, maybe my next video. I won't do that today. Today, it's all about the sewing. So I do want to show you my first project Dress-A-Girl dress is finished. It is so beautiful. I love this dress. I absolutely love this dress. I did the facings and the underside of the ties in white. It didn't come with pockets, but I put two nice big pockets on the front. This is a size 7. I did a pretty little heart stitch on the hem. And it is just, it was wonderful to make. A very, very easy pattern to make. I know that I have a picture posted with the pattern number. Yes, I don't see the pattern right now. The pattern number and the name of the company was posted. I do know that. Now, I can make sure that in the description I get that. I'm wearing, okay, so this is a top I made myself when I first went back to sewing. So it is a very easy, simple, really nice cotton, by the way. I think it's a cotton rayon or challis, I'm not sure. It's butter soft. It's very drapey. I absolutely adore it. I've been saving this fabric forever. Didn't have a whole lot of it, so I had to be really careful about what I chose to make with it. I ended up with Simplicity 8523. I made the sleeveless version right here with the square neckline. So it didn't need much fabric at all. I think 1.5 yards. You'll see the fabric hanging here. I often do that with my patterns. If I remember, I will hang a scrap of fabric on the pattern, either somewhere on the front or perhaps on the lip in the back here. Mostly on the front because of the way I store my patterns, which by the way is also coming. I'm in the process of filming that video, and then you will know and be able to see how I store my patterns like they do for the fabric stores. Okay, so what have I been sewing? I have been working on fall projects. I've been working on a couple of Halloween projects. I have worked on a few gifts that are already mailed off. Those I can show pictures of after I know all of the recipients have what I made them. So that has to remain a secret until I know everything is in the hands of the people that are getting their surprises. In the meantime, though, I made a table runner out of this fabric. And it does have a little gold in it. I don't know if you can see that, though. There's like a shimmer gold outline around a lot of the pumpkins and the flowers and what have you. But this table runner, I have made 3 fall ones. One exactly like this, and then another one in a different fall fabric, which is over there, but it's pretty much exactly the same. So that, additionally, I made one in Halloween fabric. And this also has a little bit of sparkle to it. I think I did show this fabric on one of my videos when I was talking about my projects that I had on the back burner, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember. You'll figure out that I say that a lot, right? I don't remember. Unless I write it down, I'm not going to remember. All right. I hope that's not the sign of something coming in my future. Okay, I made, it's not a hot pad. It's more like for a candle to sit on, or a plant, or maybe a ceramic pumpkin, or even a cloth pumpkin, something like that. A skull, a skeleton skull, because of course it is spiders and Halloween. And I did the stitching. It's a little different than the mats I'm going to show you here, but I think it's called a serpentine stitch that just does the lazy like S marks. And I did do up and down and back and forth on this one. But again, it's thin. I did use interfacing, fusible interfacing, and it's SF101. So it's a little bit heavier grade. It's not something I would use in clothing. I did, however, on my dress, I used interfacing here on these ties. It did call for interfacing, and I used the SF101 because I just want this dress to be able to stand up to a lot. I also, by the way, when I did my pockets, I really reinforced back and forth and up and down with the stitching on all 4 of the corners for these 2 pockets on this dress, because I just don't want it to be able to tear easily. Those girls need to be able to hang on to these clothes as long as possible, right? By the way, I did order my labels for Project Dress a Girl. They are not here yet, so I'm waiting on those. And I believe on this dress, I'm going to put it on the pocket. And I still have 4 other dresses. Now, it's halfway through September, so I need to get a move on it. I need to stop sewing these projects, but I am trying to work my way through my plans for this month. There's a lot on the plate, but I think I'm doing a good job. I've been sewing pretty much every single day. So, and I've got some crochet going. Did I mention that already? I don't remember. I've got some crochet going. I will show you in a future video. I think I did say that at the beginning of this video. Okay, then I also did 2 more. These now can be hot pads. They have Thinsulate in them. All right, so I am going to make sure that when anybody gets these from me with the Thinsulate, that I've mentioned that in a note. Now, these are for myself, but I made 2 of them, exactly the same. And this was the one I showed you the other day in the little short video I did. I used the wave stitch, and I just love it. I just thought it went really well with the spider webs because there's a lot of curves and circles in this fabric pattern that I just thought the curviness of this particular type of stitch looked really nice with it. So I did 2 of these, and I have 2 beautiful pumpkins that sit on either side of my long console table in the living room, and each one will sit on one of these mats. Okay. What else Halloween? I made these over the oven door handle towels. I used this beautiful fabric. I believe I did show this fabric in a previous video. And I sat down and made at least 12 bias tapes. Oh, maybe 5-6 weeks ago when I did first start sewing. I think I showed it and called it a slow Sunday sew. I'm pretty sure it was just a post, not a video. But I did make a bunch of bias tape, and one of them happened to be this old-fashioned pumpkin. So I used that bias tape to make the strap that holds this towel. Kind of goes over the handle this way, and then this comes up and goes through the strap and comes around. These just look so nice. I did take pictures of them when I hung them on the oven door, so you'll be able to see that on my page when you go look on Instagram or my Facebook page, both. I will have pictures of these hanging. So I did 2 of those. I did 2 more Christmas. And there again, I'm using one of those bias tapes that I made for, or on that Sunday. And this pretty Christmas fabric. Now, for some reason, I just think these needed something else. So on this set, I took scraps of the checkered fabric and scraps of the black fabric that I've been using, you know, on my Halloween and fall projects. And I just made, you know, I folded over the edges on both, sewed them together, and I'm going to put this strap running along the bottom of the towels just to give it a little something extra. So I did that. I just got done sewing those, by the way. I'll be sewing them on these towels after I get done filming. These towels are from Walmart, from Mainstay. They're right in the aisle where you would buy your dish rags and your dish towels and your dish drainers, oven mitts, that sort of thing. These are the barkeeper towels. They're very thin. It's a square towel, so it's 26.5 by 26.5, and I cut the towel directly down the middle at 13.25. The bottom edge then is finished on both towels. So the unfinished cut edge is what goes up here and gets hidden, you know, by all of the stitching that goes on up here. Then, well, after I cut them, I would sew the tube basically together, turn it right side out, so the seam is actually on the inside, and then I sewed up the bottoms. Now, I did all of that because this isn't really a utilitarian towel. This is more for looks and just decoration. So I guess you could use them if you wanted to in your kitchen, but I don't know. I think they're rather pretty. So my intention is that these will be for looks, not for use. And then, yeah, I will put the strap, I don't know if you'd call it a strap, but the border on the bottom. I might do the same thing for the fall ones. I'm kind of short on the fall fabric though. I've done a lot of sewing with the fall fabrics, and I don't really have a lot of scraps left on that at all. So, but I did a pair of these. I'm home alone today, which rarely happens. My husband took our 3 oldest grandsons to the Tampa Bay Rays baseball game. The boys have never been to a baseball game. So Grandpa treated them. They're eating hot dogs and popcorn and drinking Cokes and out in the sun and just enjoying the heck out of this day. I've had several pictures sent to me already, a few video clips. They are just having a wonderful time. So I get to be home alone today. So I did a lot of cleaning earlier, and then I've been back in here in my sewing room. I need to get on top of another Project Dress a Girl dress. I have 2 tops cut out for myself, one pattern and fabric, and the other one just the pattern. It's the Hansie top. I can't remember who makes that, but I'll look it up and I'll have it in the description. What else? Oh, my Jurassic coat. I sewed a toile, size 4. Oh my God, it looks like a tent on me. It is massive. Sequin Girly Creates, Sam. She's also doing a Jurassic coat for the September challenge of the Busy Bee Sewing Challenge, right? The September assignment. I'm looking over there where I have it listed above my computer. So September was a Marissa Walker free pattern. I chose the Jurassic coat. A couple of the ladies chose the blouses. One lady chose the dress. Sam, I think, did blouse and the jacket. Her jacket, she didn't toile it. She sewed size 1, and it looks really good on her. I'm definitely going to have to go down to a size 1. Now, I'm a little bigger in the hips than she is, so I'm just going to grade out at the hips, but I definitely, absolutely, definitely have to make a size 1. So that's on the plate before the end of the month also. So as far as deadlines are concerned, I have to have the Jurassic coat done by the end of the month. And I have to have my Project Dress-A-Girl dresses done by the end of the month. I think that's it by the end of September. If I forget something, I have everything written down. Okay, so I just don't have it in front of me. But yeah, I've just been enjoying myself. My sewing room is getting there. I'm still rearranging and getting things the way I want them. I'm a huge paper crafter, so a lot of my space is occupied by my paper crafting. Now, the paper crafting and the sewing are separated. They're not, in conjunction and mixed together on shelves and things like that. They are completely separate, but I have a lot of crafting supplies, and I've given away a lot of my crafting supplies. All of my cross stitch I gave away to one of my daughter's coworkers who is starting her cross stitch journey. She's doing a full coverage piece, believe it or not. But anyway, yes, so I've given my daughter a lot of my crafting supplies. So, but anyway, it's just that time in my life where I'm paring down a little and handing things to people who will carry on, these youngies, right? Okay, thank you so much for stopping by. I want to go ahead and end this, not make it any much longer. I will check in again soon. The things I mentioned in the video that I'm going to make sure are in the description box, I'll go through and get them into the description box, the names of things. But other than that, it's just been a really lovely week. Happy sewing to everybody, and thank you so much for stopping in. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye.